On Tuesday and over the weekend for all those kids starting early. Even adults are going to be chowing down on those sweet treats collected by trick-or-treating. Where does that leave us when it comes to our teeth? All right, we don't have not just one, but two dentists here because it is the Halloween edition. They're going to help us out and help us eat candy the healthy way that's good for our teeth. And yes, it's possible. So Dr. Naomi Lane and Dr. Mikey Farmer are here helping us with some tricks with all of those treats. Now, before we get into it, we want to give you the opportunity to be able to ask your own question later on in the newscast. The number to text that question is 336-379-5775. Your questions are anonymous, but you're going to get the answer in real time. All right, so let's talk about this. How do we actually eat candy and do it in a way that's not going to hurt our teeth as much?
Right. Great question. There is a way to eat candy, that Halloween candy. You don't have to throw it all away. We really recommend that you're going to be drinking water and eating a little piece of candy with a healthy meal. So balancing it out, everything in moderation. We have a small amount of candy with a meal or right thereafter. You'll benefit from the extra saliva in your mouth because as we're eating, we're producing this extra saliva that you're eating on a full meal. And then along with drinking water, that's going to help to rinse away the leftover bits of candy and the cavity causing acids produced by that bacteria in your mouth.
Okay,
to
so
really
just
minimize the risk of having that candy in your mouth.
Gotcha. So instead of kind of like pilfering through the entire day of candy and just sticking your hand in there like once an hour, just consolidate it to meal times.
Consolidate it to meal times.
Okay. All right. This sounds good. All right. So let's talk about this because people always say, well, should I be brushing and flossing right after I eat the candy? And do I really need to get in that much of a routine when it comes to flossing?
Absolutely. We want you to continue to maintain your brushing and flossing routine. So when you eat or drink foods that contain sugar, the bacteria in the plaque actually produce acids, and that acid attacks our tooth enamel. And the stickiness of the plaque, that helps to keep those acids in contact with your teeth. And over time, that causes our enamel to break down. And that's how we get cavities to form. So even if you're out late at night trick-or-treating, you got to get out of your costume, we still want you to maintain your normal brushing and flossing routine.
Okay, so just because you're up late, you're eating candy, and you've been having a wild time doesn't mean you get a pass. You got to brush that teeth. And it's important to really brush the teeth at night.
Absolutely. At night, our saliva production goes down. That's why a lot of times you wake up with a dry mouth in the morning. And that saliva is there to protect our teeth. And so at night, it's important to get all of the sugar off before you go to bed so that they can't continue attacking your teeth overnight.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's talk about chocolate because that's my favorite kind of trick-or-treat candy. So how can we eat the chocolate?
Well, you are in luck because a little chocolate in moderation is okay. A small amount of chocolate is the safest option for your candy. It's the most popular kind of Halloween candy, and it doesn't stick to your teeth as much as other candies do. Dark chocolate is even better because there's less cavity-causing sugar in the semi-sweet or in the dark chocolate than in the milk chocolate.
All right, so if you get a choice, maybe reach for the chocolate, which then brings you to, unfortunately, tell all those people who loves these Sour Patch things and stuff like that, Dr. Farmer, the sour candies and that kind of stuff, not so good.
Yeah, Tanya, I love a Skittle just as much as the next guy, but the advice is to skip those sticky and sour candies. Those sticky gummies that stay in your mouth for a long time, they really cling to your teeth, and that increases our cavity risks. So unless they're sugar-free, it's better just to skip those altogether. Sour candy, the reason it's sour is because it contains acids, and so it's a double whammy for our teeth. That's what causes us to have that sour flavor. And those acids, they attack the tooth enamel, and that damages our teeth as well, as in addition to the acid that the bacteria produces from the sugar.
Okay. What I love about all of this is neither dentist is saying you can't have any. What they're saying is choose wisely, right? And then do it at a certain time, which we appreciate that it's realistic. All right. Let's talk about gum chewing because gum chewing can actually help us.
That's right. As long as it's sugar-free gum. So sugar-free gum is a good option for trick-or-treaters. Chewing sugar-free gum, it increases the flow of saliva, and that neutralizes the cavity-causing acid and bacteria, and that helps to prevent tooth decay as well. We don't want any bubble gum or any gum that has sugar. Check the label on the gum and just make sure it's sugar-free And then also there should be an American Dental Association seal of acceptance on there. And when you see that ADA seal, that's your assurance that it's sugar-free and that it's met the ADA criteria for safety and effectiveness.
All right, Dr. Lane, how do we get our kids maybe a little bit more like excited to brush their teeth or floss their teeth?
Oh, there are a lot of fun ways that can work. A lot of iPads and different devices now have apps that you can do. There's a popular Elmo brushing, and so kids can brush along with their favorite character. Timers can definitely be incentivizing, keeping sticker charts as well, and rewarding just to establish those healthy habits. As Dr. Farmer had talked about earlier, it's really getting into the consistency and the routine. So setting up a sticker chart, and if you brush and floss, every morning and every night for a week, maybe you get a movie night that Friday, but just positive reinforcement is really valuable. And also modeling to your kids, making sure that parents have their own good, healthy oral hygiene habits is really important, because we want to make sure that we're good models, role models for our kids in establishing those habits as well.
All right, we're going to talk about how adults probably don't spend enough time brushing their teeth. That's going to come up next in the next segment. We also want to take your questions. Remember, 336-379-5775. We're back with the dentist next.